Hey, what's up, fantasy managers? This is the Fantasy Red Zone. This is week 3 of Player Pause. It's our version of Start or Sit. This week, I'm doing the star-studded New York Giants for Thursday Night Football. I'm going to talk about 5 Giant players to help you decide who to play or who to pause. If that interests you, stick around for 7 seconds. So let's start this off by talking about the over and under and the injuries for this Thursday night game. The over and under is 44.5, which is the 6th highest in this week. And the New York Giants average 15 points a game. So I believe the majority of the points are coming from the San Francisco side. For the injuries, running back Saquon Barkley is likely out for a couple of weeks with a sprained ankle, but they still have him listed as questionable. Guard Ben Bredesen is questionable with a concussion. Offensive tackle Andrew Thomas is questionable with a hamstring. Wide receiver Wan'Dale Robinson is questionable with a knee. He tore his ACL last year and is now limited in practice. If there's a chance that Wan'Dale could play in this Thursday night game, you should start him. This is a Wan'Dale type of game, but I don't know. So now let's head over to the player pause. I'm going to start with Daniel Jones, the quarterback from the New York Giants, who is 0-4 on Thursday Night Football. So last week in that Arizona Cardinal comeback game for the Giants, Daniel Jones had a 70% completion percentage, and he had 321 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception in that crazy comeback game. Now for the negative, this guy's been sacked 10 times and has 5 turnovers in 2 games. And actually, the 49ers have given up more passing yards than the Cardinals this year. But the 49ers played the Rams last week, and they are like a Phoenix rising from the ashes this year. But they did pick off Matthew Stafford twice and sacked him once. Now, Daniel Jones is a mistake magnet facing the 49ers defensive line with Nick Bosa. We saw what the Dallas defensive line did against the Giants offensive line, and we can expect the same thing against the 49ers. Jones is going to feel like he's back in the Dallas game and have like a panic attack. It's not looking good for him. Jones will get some passing yards, but I'd be very surprised if he scored more than 12 points. Jones is going to be running for his life, and you're hoping that he's going to get a rushing touchdown without Saquon Barkley active. I pause on Daniel Jones. If Saquon Barkley was playing, I would dig into this data a little bit more because Kyren Williams scored 20 fantasy points against the Niners last week, but he won't be playing. Barkley only rushed for 63 yards on a 3.7 yards per carry against a Cardinals defense that is 18th overall with giving up 103 yards a game. And it looks like the next player up is Matt Breida, who will not have the same impact as Saquon Barkley on the field. Expect the 49ers to control that offensive line and stop the run. If there's any other running backs that Giants pick up and start, don't play them. Pause Giants running backs. So now let's go to the one bright light of this game, tight end Darren Wallers. So he leads the team in targets with 13, and he leads the team in receptions with 9, and leads the team in receiving yards at 112. That's not impressive out of 2 games. Last week, the 49ers gave up 300 yards passing with no completion longer than 20 yards. That stat is right in Darren Waller's wheelhouse. He will receive the Daniel Jones, the oh crap passes. You know, like when Nick Bosa is running full scheme at you and you go, oh crap, and you just throw it to the closest wide receiver. Waller's going to receive multiple oh crap passes. Waller got most of his points last week when the Giants fell 20-0. Something similar is going to happen against the 49ers. There isn't great stats for Darren Waller besides the second best wide receiver on the team is going to be out with an ankle sprain, Saquon Barkley. But I play Darren Waller. So now I'm going to discuss his top-notch wide receiver core, starting with Darius Slayton. 3 receptions last week against the Cardinals when there was 31 points scored. 3 receptions the week before when they were shut out. With 11 targets between the 2 games and his catch rate is 54%, that's not good. His average cushion is 4.5 yards, but his separation is only 2.4. His target air yards average is 16 yards, and averaging 20 yards per reception. But the 49ers have not given up a 20-yard reception this year. I pause Darius Slayton. The other wide receiver I want to talk about is Jalin Hyatt. My draft comparison was Deshaun Jackson, a slender speedster who is great at running straight. He's going to be a great deep ball threat. Last week, he had 89 yards on 2 receptions. He's averaging 44.5 yards per catch, but only 3 targets in 2 games. Daniel Jones does not have the time to throw the ball deep, and that trend will continue against the 49ers defensive line. Hyatt is going to be a plug-and-play during the season, but not for Thursday night. I pause on Jalin Hyatt. All right, thank you for watching this episode. I know the information from this video is going to help you decide either to play or pause on the 5 players that I discussed. Tyler has his video on who to play or pause for the San Francisco 49ers coming out tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. Pressing that button goes a long way for us. We really appreciate you guys. I will talk to you later. Deuces.